Before we go across to our guests who are joining us, we'd ask all our viewers to join us, express yourselves. What do you think about this entire controversy? Because clearly, of course, there are different versions, different sides coming in as far as views when it comes to this extremely controversial film that has been in controversy for several weeks now. Let's go across to Saira Halim. Saira Halim, you would have seen the tweet of Kangana Ranaut, and she's coming out to say that if the film is being hailed as a success because of the political views which she alleges are leaning towards the left, then why do others complain when those who are right-leaning and their views are expressed on film either? Your response to that?
Yeah, hi. So, good afternoon. Firstly, I'd like to say that nobody takes Kangana Ranaut very seriously, to tell you honestly. And most of her posts are politically motivated. It looks as if she gets a political brief early in the morning. And her tweets actually denote the political brief that she gets. So now I want to reiterate once again that Pathaan is an embodiment of what true secular India is all about. We've seen that there was a concerted campaign to boycott to boycott Amir Khan's film Lal Singh Chadda. So I don't want to talk about the content, but somehow that boycott culture, boycott campaign, boycott calls on Twitter, social media sites, it worked. And they thought, the right-wing hate brigade thought that they'll be able to pull off a similar strategy with Pathaan. However, they failed miserably because India is bigger than the hate and the vitriol that Bollywood is witnessing of late, because Bollywood is the true embodiment of Ganga-Jamuna, tehzeeb. If you see who are the stars, three major stars who are ruling the roost, they happen to be from people from all segments of society, and majorly they are the three Khans, plus is Hrithik Roshan. So it's a great amalgamation of Ganga and Jamuna. If you look at the lyrics of Bollywood, we use Urdu in the lyrics because Urdu is such a beautiful language. We use Hindustani, we use Hindi, we use Urdu. So it is a beautiful blend of what an ideal secular country should be all about. And Pathaan is nothing but an embodiment of all the right values.
There are a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions that are there as far as this debate is concerned. Sarah, please stay with us. We have some of our viewers joining us as well. In fact, all right, I'm told now that that call has dropped. But let me come back to you on this entire aspect. One of the most important points at the end of the day, Sarah Halim, that is being made, with the political controversy is that, whether it comes to the box office, when the box office speaks, is that the final word? And should we take that as a final word? Because at the end of the day, there are still protests, for instance, carrying on in different parts of the country when it comes to this particular film.
The most discerning critics have given 5 stars to the film. And if you see Bollywood, I think it is so unifying this time around. It is not divided. I saw Anupam Kher's video yesterday. I saw Kangana Ranaut's video also, her clip yesterday. She said people should go and watch a film like Pathaan. So I really don't know why she's made this turnaround at a moment like this, when people are giving these spiteful and putting up spiteful and hateful tweets to boycott this one and boycott that one just because a star happens to belong to a certain community. It doesn't spell good of what Bollywood is all about. And we need to understand that Bollywood gives space and employment to millions of people.
But
everyone's livelihood is at stake. So if somebody cancels a film just because they don't understand or don't like a film star because he embodies, he embodifies what
so you're saying
India
this cancel culture is unacceptable, and certainly violence is absolutely unacceptable. Those glimpses that we've seen at various movie halls, for instance, which have been vandalized, that is certainly not at any level acceptable. Shailin Chopra is also joining us on the broadcast. Shailin Chopra, just a few moments ago we were discussing about how there's been, of course, a huge change as far as the stance is concerned. But the question that Kangana Ranaut raises, is that a pertinent one in this context? Because she says that it's about, if it is about ideology that this movie has succeeded, then what about those who speak a different language or have a different ideology? Why is that then targeted in a concerted manner? Shailin Chopra.
Sir, I have read Kangana's tweets in which she mentions that the film has succeeded not just because of the love of Shah Rukh Khan's Muslim fans, but also because of crores and crores of Shah Rukh's Hindu fans as well. Therefore, it would be highly unfair to attribute the success of Pathaan to only Shah Rukh's Muslim fans. Clearly, there are crores and crores of Hindus in India who love Shah Rukh Khan, and this represents their unbiased love for Shah Rukh, irrespective of the protests made against the film, irrespective of the misuse of saffron color in the song Besharam Rang. Regardless of all these protests and controversies, Shah Rukh's Hindu fans have also invested their money in the success of Pathaan. They have bought tickets of the film and watched Shah Rukh's film. Therefore, it would be right to say that the film is not just Pathaan, it is India's Pathaan. Because Pathans exist in Afghanistan, they also exist in Pakistan as well.
Right.
So why give the title? Why give the name a generic title? Why not?
Okay, stay with us. Shalin, please stay with us. We are also asking our viewers to join us, and Jayant is with us from Mumbai. Yes, Jayant, your views on this controversy.
Madhav, this so-called political analyst on your panel, Saira, she mentioned Ganga-Jamuna tehzeeb. Hello?
We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell her that when that Sir Tan Se Juda movement was there, where was these people?
Okay.
And now come on the TV and give the gyan about Ganga-Jamuna tehzeeb.
Okay, that's a fair question. I think that's a fair question. I'm going to allow that. Sarah, would you like to respond to the viewer? Because he says that when radical elements come out, you know, where does the tehzeeb go then? Yeah.
It becomes a responsibility of every citizen to stand up against hate, be it coming from the Muslim right wing or be it coming from the Hindu right wing. Any cancel culture, any call for violence, any boycott, cancel culture, hate, coming from whichever side of the fence has to be absolutely dismissed, and it needs to be discouraged vehemently. So that is all I'll say.
And this is pertinent. This is a very pertinent question, Saira. I'm just going to interrupt for just 10 seconds. This is also a pertinent question because we've seen what the Raza Academy and its Maulana Khalilur Rahman has said is his statement, and I'm just going to read out 2 sentences. He says it's okay if you want to create a ruckus, protest, tear down posters, even shoot the actor, but we won't take an insult of the Prophet. The question that then comes up is that this is actually someone, who's fairly mainstream. We're talking about the Raza Academy here. If people of that stature come out and start making such statements, what is the message going out?
So I'd like to say one thing. Nowhere in Pathaan you are seeing anything against the Prophet. So I really don't know where this remark has come from. I don't think the Pathaan is of course a title given. There's no showcase of the Prophet. It's nothing derogatory. There's nothing derogatory about Islam. So I really don't know where that comment has come from. So certainly Bollywood is entertainment. As Shah Rukh Khan himself says, I'm an entertainer. So I really don't know why people are taking it so seriously that this is depicting Hinduism or this is depicting Islam. Pathaan doesn't depict Hinduism, nor does it, depict Islam. It is a spy thriller. I mean, you need to look at it as an entertainer. Why are we politicizing a movie?
Okay.
Why are we politicizing a color and saying that green is a Muslim's color and saffron is Hindu's color? When did this proprietorship start? Appropriating a certain color is absolutely wrong and unfair.
All colors. These comparisons are wrong and unfair. Quick response, please. We have limited time.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is to be noted that the makers of Pathaan initially created a controversy by depicting saffron in a song titled Besharam Rang. There was no need for the makers of the film to create any controversy around the film because Shah Rukh Khan is a bankable star and his name is enough to attract box office opening. Therefore, my question is, why was a controversy created in the first place, after which the Karyakartas of VHP and Bajrang Dal staged a protest, owing to which the makers of Pathaan went a step further and said, oh my God, take a look at what is going on. Our lead star is being targeted because he's a Muslim. No,
Right. All right. So this debate,
this is called polarization.
Okay.
Polarization was
This
not
debate,
needed.
this debate clearly can go on. But what is very important is that perhaps that message coming in from the Prime Minister has played a very important role, and perhaps it's also important to note that when it comes to our films, when it comes to our soft power internationally, perhaps at some level or the other, there has to be a larger consensus. Certainly, issues should be raised, and nobody or anybody who feels that their rights have been violated is, of course, welcome to take up those causes. But the point is that a very clear message going out, which is, of course, that violence is not correct, and if there are protests, they have to be done in an absolutely peaceful manner, and only that is acceptable here in India, where ultimately we have rule of law. We're going to slip into a very quick break. Thank you so much, Shailin Chopra and Saira Shah Halim, for joining us this evening.